For this week's motivation, I'm going to talk about the art of the start. Now let me explain. All of us have things that we want to accomplish. You know, we take time and we do research. Some of us even write out outlines, kind of like we did in school. But, you soon come to realize that the hardest part is actually getting started. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our plans into action in 2009. Let's stop thinking about doing and actually see ourselves doing. Because getting started is not only step number one. Getting started is the most important step. For this week's nutritional tip, I'm going to tell you about something that's been confusing Americans ever since it went on a package. And that is zero trans fats. What does zero trans fat mean? Now, to give you a little background information on the manufacturing of products, back in 1993, the FDA found that coronary heart disease was killing lots and lots and lots of Americans. It was literally one of the leading causes of death in America. So in 1993, they found that two of the major components, saturated fat and cholesterol, increased the levels of LDL, low density lipoprotein, in your blood, which is the bad cholesterol that can lead to coronary heart disease. So they made manufacturers list saturated fats and cholesterol on their products. So those manufacturers could be a little more marketable. Instead of using saturated fat and cholesterol, they cooked up something new, which was a hydrogenated vegetable oil, which is trans fats. Now, it kind of went under the wire for quite a while, but roughly about 10 years later, FDA found that these trans fats act the same as your saturated fats and your cholesterol by increasing the level of LDL in the blood, which is a bad cholesterol again. Now, if trans fats are acting just like saturated fats, the FDA said, okay, I want trans fats labeled on the back of your products too. See, and a lot of manufacturers took advantage of this because they weren't using trans fat. So they slapped this big old sign on there that said, hey, zero trans fat. But that does not make the product good for you. Because if you look at the back, you'll probably most likely see that product contains saturated fat and maybe even cholesterol. So in the future, so you can make better health choices and lower your risk of coronary heart disease, which kills over 500,000 Americans every single year, make sure that you look on the packages not just for trans fat. Look for trans fat, saturated fat, and cholesterol in the products you eat. If you lower the amount of those that you intake, you are going to lower your risk of coronary heart disease. So make sure that you be a smart consumer next time and don't be fooled by the big stamp that says zero trans fat.